Hello everyone, welcome back to Sujit Analytics. This is the continuation of SQL Tutorials. In this tutorial, I'll be explaining triggers in SQL or SQL Server. So let's jump to today's topic directly because let's understand what is a trigger. A trigger is nothing but a object that automatically executes or runs something when a event occurs. The event might be insert event, update event, delete event. So trigger is a database object automatically which runs something automatically when a event occurs. So trigger is a database object that runs something automatically when a event occurs. The event might be a insert event, update, delete, etc. So these triggers will be triggered means they will execute something when something happening in the database. So let's understand why we use triggers. Why triggers or use case. You can say triggers automatically log changes in the database and also maintains data integrity, and track changes in the data. So here are the triggers automatically update with logs. Means when something is updated in the table, these triggers will execute or keep the changes in the data in a separate table. So it maintains separate history table. Let's understand triggers with example so it is easy to understand to you. So let's understand why triggers and also syntax example of triggers. Before that, I want to explain different types of triggers. Okay, let's first understand the syntax. Then we can go to the different types of triggers. Syntax for creating a trigger: create trigger. As it is, we created a store procedure, a function. Uh, for trigger also we use create trigger, trigger name on table or database. We want to create this trigger. The trigger type as begin. In the begin and in the body we have to give the trigger action. So what this trigger actually do? End. This is a syntax, general syntax for creating a trigger. Create trigger, trigger name on this specific database object. The trigger type you want for or like what for what event the trigger should be triggered, and as begin and the trigger action. This is the action. This is a trigger action means when an event occurs, this will be executed automatically. So this is the syntax for creating a trigger. Let's understand different types of triggers. There are mainly three types of triggers in SQL Server, which is DDL. Sorry, first one is after triggers, instead of triggers. and um, TDL triggers. So in this tutorial, let's see after triggers. After triggers. So the name itself in after means these triggers are executed when a event occurs. Where this triggers will be fired after a event occurs. That's why it's called after triggers. The event may be insert, update, and delete. So these triggers will be respond to these events insert, update, delete when you perform any insert, update, or delete operation on database. So these triggers are used to trigger something to the database or perform something automatically when these events occurs. So let's see with example for all the three statements. So for the insert, after insert I want to create a trigger. For update I want one trigger, and delete I want one trigger. For that I'm creating the trigger. The syntax is create trigger. Trigger name is here. I'm giving tr, so it is a trigger. I'm giving tr. After insert, we have to specify the table name on. I'm giving this on emp1 table, or let's uh, give on customers table, customers. And next we have to give the trigger type. The trigger type is after insert. So I want to execute trigger after a insert statement occurred in the database. As begin, the trigger action would be I want to print something like um, want print like a row is inserted into the customers table. Row is inserted into the customers table, and in execute it. There is already an object named trigger. Oh, so this is already present in the database. Let's create like after insert. I'm just changing the name, trigger name. Let's execute. Command completed successfully. That means the trigger is created. We can explore in Object Explorer. In database, go to practice DB, go to programmability, database triggers. Let's refresh. Store processes. We have to go to database employees table. Created on the employees table, so we have to go to on the customers table. Most triggers we are able to see trigger after insert. So the trigger is created under the triggers under the customers table. So what will this we cannot call it trigger directly, unlike flow procedure or function. This trigger automatically executes something when this event occurs on this customers table. Suppose let's insert some data into the customers table. See what happens. Customers, customers. Let's insert some records. That I'm giving insert statement. Insert into customers values. Customer ID I'm giving as 6. Name as John. City as New York. By inserting this record, what is the result? What is the output we are getting? One row affected, and we are able to see a row is inserted into the customer's tree. Why this statement is executed? Because for this statement, a trigger is associated. So when this statement occurred in the database, executed on the database, this trigger automatically find and print this statement. A row is inserted into the customer's table. So when we are performing insert operation on the customer's table, I want to tell the user a row is inserted into the customer's table. So this is insert event after insert. In the same way, we can also give for after update. Let's copy and give the same function which we try to change the figure name after update. So I'm giving after update. The row is update. So I'm creating a trigger for after update. The trigger name is tier underscore after update. So when the customers, when any users updating this customers table, they should see the statement a row is updated in the customers table. Execute it. It's completed successfully. Let's update in a record. Let's try to update in a record in the customers table. Update customers. Set customer ID equal to 8, where name equal to John. I'm trying to update John record. I want to set his customer ID to 8. If I execute it, one row affected, a row is updated in the customer state. So this trigger is fired after a update statement occurs, not a insert statement occurs. This trigger is associated with a update event. The same way you can use for delete event after delete. After delete on customer, you have to change the trigger type after delete. A row is updated in the customer's table. Instead of update, we give delete it. Execute it. Command completed successfully. Let's delete some record in the customers table. Delete from customers where customer ID equal to 8. Execute it. Now statement is a row is deleted into the customers table. We have to give a row is deleted from the customers table. From customers table. We have to modify this using alter statement. Alter trigger. Let's delete the record. So a row is deleted from customers table. So this is after triggers. These triggers are response to after some events occurs. It might be an insert event, update event, delete event. So these triggers are execute something automatically when insert, update, or delete operations occurs. So that's why we call it as after events, after triggers. So this is about after triggers. In the next tutorial, let's see real triggers and also instead of triggers. I hope you understand. If you believe you learned something today, don't forget to give a like and share it with your friends who are learning SQL. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Sujit Analytics, to stay updated with my latest tutorials. Also, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial.